Yes, yes, yes. All black everything. Come on in, come on in. Tell a friend. We back. Haverstock Institute, Chapter 4. The Doors of Perception, the CIA Psychedelic Revolution. Right back where we left off. This is All Black Everything, Thinkers Plight, Thinkers Wanted. Big dreams, many streams. I don't own the rights to this music. Peace to the jazz, the relaxing jazz instrumentals. That is. Like and share, subscribe, put your thumbs up. Like you're hitchhiking. And we come right back where it says, according to Tavistock profiling of the terrorist, quote, the individual is able to perform functions involving his immediate person and environment. He can function. Where his psychosis shows most clearly is in his inability to cope sanely with abstractions concerning the world in general. In other words, he lives at best within a very small world, a world defined by a very short span of social distance surrounding his or her person. End quote. Tavistock controllers then delve deeper, giving a remarkable insight into the control mechanisms of the subject. He functions within a scope of a surrogate family, more or less as a disturbed but functionally effective 2 to 4 year old might. To be more exact, an adolescent or adult parody of such a 2 to 4 year old condition. The world outside his or her family is not real. His or her outer world behavior is biased toward the schizophrenic symbolic rather than the real. His sense of the world of symbols is magic, not cause and effect. He or she carries the infantile superstition of the believer in astrology toward an extreme. These are the tactics. Dropping them jewels, gotta pick them up. Now, if such a person once agreed that, quote, bad people, end quote, ought to die, so they can't hurt good people, and if a person is also dedicated to killing the bad people himself, it suffices. To make the point short, to insert a face, a name, and so forth in the place of a symbol, bad, and say we must kill that person, that bad person, and there you have the gist of it. That's where the controlled media comes into play. The key to to aiding these zombie terrorists deployment into action are certain, quote, code phrases, end quote. For example, the code phrase used in the organizing of the Bader Meinhof assassination of Dresden bank Jurgen Ponto in 1977 was the epithet Nazi communist. Nazi communist was the code word. How would such a label be used by the controllers to motivate a would-be terrorist to kill his intended target? Quote, if one knows the doctrine of Winston Churchill, Hugh Trevor Roper, and John Willard Bennett, the doctrine they set forth in defining their preference for Adolf Hitler to the insurgent German generals of the 1938 and during the war, one knows that the British not only have a special hatred for German industrialists and the old Catholic Center Party of Germany, but that the British who created Hitler saw it fit to accomplish two objectives with one argument: the argument that Nazism was a product of German industry. Mm-mm-mm. It did that. He says, although the myth that German industrialism created Hitler is in wide circulation, the myth has strong primary emotional significance only in two primary circles: British intelligence circles and a certain section of Zionist circles. In Zionist circles, it serves as a reaction formation in respect to Wahlberg backing of Islamer Sach. and of Sachs placing Hitler in the chancellery, and of various Rothschild, Oppenheimer, and other involvement in supporting Hitler before and after 1933 into the 1936 and 1938 period. Quote, this emotional laden identification of German industrialism as being axiomatically Nazism spills over from British intelligence and certain Zionist circles into elements of the anarchist environmentalist ultra left, especially to those layers surrounding and including left terrorist gangs. In these circles, Nazi means essentially German industrialism and is extendable to any industrial pro-technological process, personality of influence, or political current which is viewed as practically the same thing as German industrialists. To leave no confusion concerning the significance of Zionism in this case, an interpolated clarification respecting the the command structure coordinating international terrorist operations should be made known. The key elements controlling international terrorism include the quote fascist international end quote coordinated by the Eastern European branch of the Maltese Order, the Sovereign Order of the Knights of the St. John's of Jerusalem. They also include British Roundtable and official intelligence organizations. They also include elements of the Social International and elements of international Zionism. Woo! And that's the end quote. That's a lot going on. It's all these secret societies. Why so many secrets? Why so many secrets, huh? Ask yourself. You ever ask yourself that? I do. That's what we gonna end with. Tavistock Institute. All black everything. It's getting deeper. Come on in, tell a friend. You know how we do. Like it, share it, subscribe. Thumbs up like you're hitchhiking. Peace and love, y'all. Let's go. All black everything. Thinkers Flight. And big dreams, many streams.